I'm running fashionably late like always. I'm just gonna see right here for. I have court today. What's up, YouTube? I just felt it important to come on here real quick before I go and uh, just mention a couple things. Uh, 1 second. I know, Weezer. Hold on, buddy. I know I'm forgetting something. I can't find my key actually to my car, so I'm hoping that it's in the it's in my car. Go ahead, Weezer. Ouch, fucker. There's a plane flying over my head. Should walk outside. What do you know? Coincidence? I don't think so. Alright, P, where you at? You fucker, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, there it is. Aha. So, I just want to come on here and update. This is for this ongoing case with Bill Hole, so we'll see what happens today. I didn't take the plea bargain. Not yet. I supposedly still on the table. Come here, Weezer. Come here, Weezer. Come on. Weezer, come on. Let's go. Weezer, come here. Come here. Come here, Weezer. Come on. Hurry up. Come on. Get in the car. So, since the beginning of this, I've been saying that I want to see the dash cam, body cams, because it proves that it would prove my story. They'll try to kill me. They absolutely tried to kill me there. So, um, they don't have any cams now. There has to be a body cam, right? Or a dash cam. Sorry, it's got to be a dash cam. So, or yeah. So the fact that there has to be a dash cam, yet they said they don't have any cams. I thought it important to come on here and just mention that key point here before I go and have this hearing today, because that's been the most effective thing, is to put it out there in public what's going on, and that way you can't go back and claim something else after the fact. So, but Yeah, from the beginning, public defenders notified 3 different public defenders. Nobody can claim that they didn't know. They're all um, as far as they're supposed to do what they're. Hold on one second. They're public servants, so it's their obligation to seek justice. You know what I mean? That they work for the people, right? They work for the people, and it's important they do what's in the name of justice, what's right. And if there's a body cam, or sorry, okay, now I can think straight here. Okay, if there is a dash cam, which there absolutely should be a dash cam, and I notified 3 different public defenders, move over, of this fact and everything that's happened, and just the history of everything here with over the last year and a half with Dill and Pat Police is important because it's all relevant, Of course, we're gonna have car problems, right? And of course, the neighbors are pulling in right whenever I leave. Stupid fuckery. They don't take a day off, It's taxpayer dollars, so they don't have to. They can work overtime. But yeah, from the beginning, everything that's happened here, I've gotten these charges dismissed, and um, I've let people in, you know, in places that are mandatory to do something. If you have the power to do something and you have information, you have an obligation to do it. I've let enough people know, what's going on, and I can show clear evidence of malicious prosecution. So I better just leave here with a dismissed case here. I mean, either way, my whether my case gets dismissed or not, I'm doing this so that the truth isn't allowed to be buried. Because if I take a plea deal, I'm taking one for the team here. If I take a plea deal, then they're allowed to just keep doing what they do, and it's my responsibility um, to bring the truth out for the community's best interest, for the public's best interest. It's in the public's best interest that the truth be allowed to come out. If I don't, then how am I being anything but part of the problem that got us in this situation? It's not the prosecutor's fault that certain evidence gets overlooked. It's not the cop's fault. He has a role to play in this. It's all of our fault. The way the system is the way it is right now, and it's up to all of us to fix it. It's nobody's fault. We can't play a blame game, okay? Can't play a blame game and say, oh well, it's it's the prosecutors or the district attorney's obligation to be completely transparent and have expulcatory, whatever the word is, expulcatory evidence. If it's or what do they call it in cases? It's fuck. There's a Supreme Court case that I want to cite. It has to do with discovery and evidence. I forget fucking. I just watched this here and basically just learned about this this morning. But it has to do with Rule 573, Rule of Discovery. You know, and it's the obligation of the prosecutor to disclose all evidence. They're not allowed to exclude evidence that would make a difference in the case, as far as that would basically help the evidence that would help the defendant. Well, evidence that would expunge the defendant, or that would that would make things totally different. They're not allowed to keep that out, and that's why I asked from day one for the dash cams, because the dash cams is proves that the affidavit was a lie, and what they did, and it proves that he tried to kill me. It proves my story. I'm not lying. I'm not making any of this up. And you can always look at a story from different perspectives, but this one's not like that. I mean, I think anybody that looks at this, with both sides of the story, whatever, they're going to see it's clear that there was something going on here, that he was trying to take me out. And this wasn't just the first time. This is the second time he's trying to kill me. The first time was when they broke into my apartment, unannounced, without a warrant. Because I mean, explain it any other way. What were they planning to do? How was that going to turn out any different? It makes no sense unless you entertain the theory that they were there to kill me. You know what I mean? Or at least severely hurt me and whatever, paint the narrative however they wanted. Which is why Jason Owens covered his body cam with his hand when he broke into my apartment. They just want to write the story however they want. They never expected me to I don't know, to push back, I guess. And that's all of our fault. That police are like the way they are. It comes down to we've allowed them to get to this point by not doing our obligation and being the check and balance on our own government. Like it's our obligation, it's our responsibility. And people just want to not worry about it unless it affects them personally, and that's the problem. If we want to have a free and fair society with a fair and just criminal justice system, we all have to take part in it. We can't just complain about it when it doesn't suit us. We can't just bitch about it when it's not convenient for us. We have to have integrity. You have to take the good with the bad. And if if a bank error happens in your favor and you get money, well, you should only have that money if it is a bank error and it's not coming out of somebody else's pocket. Now, in my case here, there's no victims. No victims. This was just, I wholeheartedly believe that these charges that I have right now were just malicious prosecution, and then just another attempt to try to smear my name and try to discredit me because of everything I've been fucking claiming for years. Everything that's true. I think it's 100% true. And by learning my rights and actually doing something, they have the mechanisms in place to do something about this. It's mechanisms that are by the people, for the people. That's what they're there for. That's we created them. So that's what they're there for. We can't expect somebody else to do everything for us. We can't expect somebody else, you just say, well, this happened, and then expect people in the justice system to just do all the work for you and throw themselves under the bus. You can't expect, and believe that they they have the community's best interests in mind every day when they go to work, their job, and they're under pressure. They have, yes, I'm making excuses for them. They chose to take a job, and they have extreme amount of pressure against them and their duties, and their duties to keep the public safe and get criminals off the street and everything else. And now, is the system perfect? Fuck no, no. And I elect that the main problem with the system is us. The main problem with the system is the people. We built this system with the intent that we would be the check and balance on the system. We are the check and balance. So we have nobody to look to be a hero or to do anything for us except for ourselves. It's up to us. It is up to us to change it. Hopefully I don't get pulled over here. Just past 2 Carrolltown police officers. I hope they allow me to, put their trust in me to do the right thing by people. You know, I understand, why they may have investigated me in the past, or why they may have a certain, I don't know, why they have a certain impression about me. It's just perspective, when they have this tiny little tunnel vision, they don't see the whole thing. They just see what they're presented with. And in their job, in their line of work, they don't really get presented with all the good things people do. It's their job to highlight the bad and to fight crime, right? So in the past, if I had been labeled, as a criminal, is it, is it their job to get to the bottom of it and either expunge my name or, no, it's their job just to, go off of the information that they have and do their job. That's what they're doing. That being said, they're not all like that though. So don't be fooled. I'm not claiming that any certain cops are corrupt if I don't know, because I don't know. I do know of one that definitely is, that he's in the know. He's absolutely in the know, and he knowingly did things, and that's where it's wrong. And people make mistakes. That's fine, but he's not going to learn from his mistakes, is he? Unless he's held accountable for them. Whose job is it to hold him accountable? It's ours. That's my job here, I guess. And of course he's going to push back. Of course he's not going to like that. Who would? Just like a cop, wants to allege that I committed crimes. I'm going to fight back. Of course I am. Especially if they're alleged and it's not true and it's a lie. One of the problems that we do have though is that people seem to have this idea that cops can't lie, cops could do no wrong, and that is something that people need to wake up and stop being so naive. And when a cop does do this to somebody, where they do a smear campaign and everything, I suspect that I'm right on a lot of it. But I rely on other people to be able to confirm that. You know, they have to overcome their fear and stop giving into the fear station, quit being a coward, and have some integrity and do the right thing. Because it could be, it could be you next. It could be your son or daughter, or your nephew or niece, or your grandson or your granddaughter, or you. You know, and you. That's how it works. I mean, I still. It keeps disconnecting, of course. And we have good service here. This is the first time I tried to do this on this service here while moving on cellular data, but whatever. Um, anyway, like I was saying, Back to Blue is no different than Black Lives Matter. You know, so do white lives, and red lives, and yellow lives, and fucking brown lives, pink lives, purple lives, fucking unicorns. It all matters. So I say back the red, white, and blue. I don't back the rainbow. I don't taste the rainbow. But to each their own, right? Some people, some people like eating at the Y. Some people like, I don't know. We're not going to talk about that. That's yeah. But we'll see if if my if I put my faith in the system, if it was a mistake or not. I'm going out on a limb. I'm taking a risk here. It's in my best interest to take this plea deal. They offered me a plea deal of just a simple summary citation, just a fine. Okay, and I have four charges. Is what I have alleged. Four charges: two possession drug charges, a paraphernalia, and a small amount of marijuana. That's the charges that I'm up against. Now I know the truth, and I mean most people would say I'm an idiot for not taking the deal, but I'm not saying I'm not going to take the deal. I'm just saying I can't take the deal if it means that it just allows this to get buried, and then these people are not held accountable. I just have to make sure that you know, that they're accountable enough that they're not going to do it again. They're not going to, you know, they learn their lesson. God, I sound like a fucking parent or something. But they need to learn their lesson, or they're going to do it again, and then I'll feel guilty when they do it to the next person, and I'm not going to have that on my conscience. Nope. So rather than take the easy road and take a deal, I am electing to let the system do what it's designed to do, and in order to allow the truth to get out into public, so that the people that are in place, the mechanisms in place for this type of thing, whether it's police misconduct or whether it's prosecutorial misconduct, or whether it's just fucking simple human being committing crimes against another human being, whatever it is, it's not my job to put it into into a category to determine what it is and what it isn't. What do they have the road? They really have the road blocked off here? Okay. This is just yeah, this is funny. The intersection right here before the courthouse. It'd be like the entire intersection blocked off. There is like one little pathway through here, but I don't even see a flagger. Of course, they're gonna let me. They're gonna have me sit here. What the fuck is that humming noise? They're gonna have me sit here, so I'm late. Okay, that's the skid steer. Here, wanna see? This is what we got here. The entire fucking road blocked off. Right at fucking right after rush hour, morning rush hour, in the middle of Evansburg, the county seat, right a half a block from the courthouse here. Hey, at least I have a legitimate excuse why I'm late, huh? And evidence to back it up. Okay, I think he's telling me to come on. Thank you, buddy. Okay. So I gotta hurry up and find a spot here. I'm running late, obviously. Let's see what happens. I'll keep you up to date. Wish me luck. Peace. How do I end this? There we go.